And welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany and I'm a lash artist and owner of TLC Lash Studio in South Alabama. And today's video is just going to be a quick and brief video of how to practice your isolation and how to apply a classic lash to your mannequin for practice. Go ahead and put a little eye pad on her just so that we can have a mapping on her. So I'm going to place that right under here. And like I said, it's not going to stay on there very well because of how I have mine set up. But we'll have it on there just so that we can map out. I'm just going to put it actually down here, so it doesn't like to stay on my hot glue there. And you want to make sure when you're mapping out that you are drawing how you want your lashes to go. So if you are here in your middle and you want this lash to go this way, draw your arrows that way. That way you know when you place this lash what direction you want it to actually turn. And then so here I'm gonna do my arrow, and here I'm gonna do my arrow. All right, so I'm gonna start with an 8mm here. I'm gonna do a 9, a 10, 11, and then a 12 here on the end. And that is going to be my mapping. And like I said, we are doing a CC curl. All right, and let's get right into it. I'm just going to go in, grab one. I'll look and see what number it falls under, which is a 10. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab me a 10. And I'm going to dip it slowly and slowly out. And you see how that lash automatically turned that way? As long as you grab with your isolation tweezer or the other tweezer before it dries and fixes it, it'll go exactly in the direction that you want it. Alright, so we're going to grab another one. You isolate. And make sure that when you're isolating, especially on a person, you want your isolation tweezer to be resting on their face, but not like puncturing it. You don't want to have too much pressure, but you do want to make sure that it is actually touching here. That way you're not like moving around a whole bunch. You have a good isolation there. All right, and so here is going to be 11. So I'm going to grab an 11, and that is my lash. And I am dipping it. And on the mannequin, you want to do like 2mm away from, and see how I want it to go this way. So I just fixed it to go in the direction that I want it. Make sure that you hold your isolation tweezers long enough to make sure that that lash is on there and it's not going to stick to the next ones. And to make sure that my actual lash is glued to the natural lash, I just move it around a little bit like this to make sure that it's not going to pop off. All right, so I'm going to come over here, isolate this one. And it's in between an 8 and 9, so I'm just going to grab a 9. And I am dipping it slowly. You don't want to dip it too fast. You want it to be slow. And I am placing. And it doesn't have to be directly on top. You can glue to the side, either side, the right or left side. And you can even go to the bottom. You will see like with straight lashes, curly lashes. Each type of lash, natural lash, you will place differently. But for this video, we are just going to place right on top. And when you are coming in with your lash, you want to take your time placing it, okay? You don't want to come straight in and just place it, see? Because it's just going to go everywhere. So take your time and just place it slowly. And you want to make sure that you're coming in with the bottom of the extension down and not like this, flat. Because then the bottom of your extension is going to be off. It's going to be lifted just a little bit, but the way that you're looking at it, it's not going to show you. Like, you're not going to be able to know that your root of your extension is popped up. So when you go to brush that extension, it's going to pop right off. So you want to make sure that your base of your extension is going down. Just like that. And I actually will like pull my tip up just a little bit, just to make sure that the base is on there. All right, our extension is good. And that one has a little bit too much glue on it. You want to make sure that you are also paying attention to the amount of glue that you are putting on the lash extension. You don't want to put too much, but you also want to have enough on there for the extension to stick. So you want to have enough on there, just enough. You don't want a bubble on the bottom of your lash extension. If you have a bubble, then you know there's too much on it. And place. And it should feel kind of like a magnet, like it pulls to that, the extension pulls to the natural lash. And also these practice lashes. Just like that. And I will also tell you that these inner corners are super hard to get, but I will also have a video on the inner corners. On a mannequin, you want to be about 2 millimeters away, which is about what I have all of these. And you want them to be consistent. Like, you don't want to have one extension way up here, one extension way back here. You want them to be consistent all the way around. On a real person, on a real client, you will do 1 millimeter from the base or the root of the extension, or natural lash, sorry. You do not want it touching the skin whatsoever. But you also don't want it too far away. So 1 millimeter is about perfect for a real client. And now your speed, everybody is different. Some people can pick it right up and can be super quick with it, and some people are slow. I mean, as long as your work is good and you keep that natural lash healthy for your client, it does not matter how long it takes you. And you make sure that you explain to your clients that you are new and that you take a while, but that your end results are beautiful. And most clients do not care how long it takes you. They're used to, getting their lashes done and it taking a while. So do not feel rushed. And if a client rushes you, then they are not a good client and you do not want to be working with them, because being rushed will make a set so ugly and you'll be stressed the whole time. And lashing is fun. You don't want to be in a hurry and rushed. So I have actually had to fire clients. Yes, I've fired clients from rushing me. And the whole point of practicing on a mannequin is for you to get used to the basic stuff, like isolating. Isolating is one of the most tedious parts of all of it, is making sure your isolation is great. Because if your isolation is on point and your placement is on point, everything else is going to fall in. That is the most difficult part of all of this, is the isolation and placement. So if you are practicing a whole lot on your mannequin, just your isolation and your placing, you're going to be good to go. Because then you're, as long as you are replacing your glue in your glue ring every 20 minutes or 30 minutes, according to what glue you are using, and you are placing them correctly, and your temp and humidity is good, then you're going to have great retention. And that is the goal. You want great retention. All right, guys, so this is not 100% lash, but that is all that I'm going to do today for you guys. And I'm going to brush through it and let you see in a couple different angles what we have. She's probably about, I would say, 75% lashed. So she's not full, but you will see also when you start practicing on clients, sometimes clients do not have time to let you lash 100% because it could take you 4 hours. So that's why you always want to make sure that you are jumping back and forth so that when they leave, they don't have a whole bunch just on one corner or a whole bunch on the inner corner. So you want to make sure that you're going back and forth. That way, whenever they have to leave, they do still have a decent looking set. So this is just a classic cat eye. All right, guys, so if you have any questions or comments, go down below and leave it for me. I will reach out to you personally. And if you have any requests as far as videos you would like for me to make, also comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.